What's going on, everyone? It's Tracker Fiend. I'm finally back posting up another video. This is, if anyone has followed any of my last, I guess it was the last video I posted up with, I believe it was an unboxing video during the 4th of July sale from Tackle Warehouse. I mentioned in that video that I probably was not going to be posting up any other videos until Tackle Warehouse's Black Friday sale, which is exactly what you see here. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, before I get into this unboxing, I mentioned that I was planning on picking up a couple rods last year. I really wanted to wait until I had enough money saved up to get the rods and reels that I really wanted to get. So, I was doing a lot of research, and I basically narrowed it down to a particular rod and reel combination that I wanted. The only concern that I have with this right now is, and it's no fault with Tackle Warehouse, and in fact I have a little bit of a backstory with this real quick before I even get into this, so you're gonna have to deal with hearing me out with this really quick. Anybody who's ever placed an order with Tackle Warehouse knows that they have several sales throughout the year. They also know that their biggest sale of the year is their Black Friday sale. Typically speaking, that generally starts right around living on the East Coast, and because I live on the East Coast, generally starts right around between 8 and 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Thanksgiving Day. Yeah, it starts generally right around 9 o'clock or something like that, between 8:30 and 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But anyway, I'm pretty certain that the Black Friday sale is 20% off, where most of the other sales are generally anywhere between 10 and 15% off throughout the year. So the Black Friday sale is generally their biggest sale of the year. Outside of a couple little odds and ends, special deals that might happen during their 25 days of Christmas sale. So now, coming up to that and leading up to the Black Friday sale, I had set myself a budget, and I had the money saved up. Unfortunately, though, I had a couple unexpected expenses that happened a few months prior. I think it happened sometime back in October. Just basic, it was just basic stuff that happened around the house, dealing with the car and everything like that. I really wanted to get one more rod and reel combination. That didn't quite work out, but you know what? It is what it is. So I'm happy so far with what I've gotten. My only concern with this is because I ordered this during the Black Friday sale. Anybody who's ever ordered from Tackle Warehouse during the Black Friday sales knows that it can be it can be chaotic, I guess, at times. So a little bit of a backstory with this. I placed the order. Everything went through perfectly fine. Okay, I'm assuming, and it's nobody's fault over there, I'm assuming what happened was there was a glitch and a delay in the process. And so what happened was, basically, I got double charged for my rods. And so I had transferred the necessary funds, made the payment, everything was squared away, everything was good. Then later that day, I had received the notification that my account was low balance or something like that, whatever type of text notification that I had received. So I immediately was thinking, okay, well, that's kind of odd. What the heck happened? Because I had already done the math, and I thought, well, maybe I screwed up. Maybe something happened. Maybe I didn't do the math right. It just didn't seem right, because I should have had X number of dollars in the remaining after I had already made the purchase. I had already done all the math, figured everything out. So I immediately logged into my account, and in the process of doing so, I realized that I was a few $100s under. Well, that didn't make any sense, and in the process of trying to figure that all out, basically what happened was, and I'm assuming that it was basically just a glitch. I think what happened, well, let me get into it real quick. What happened was I ended up getting double charged for the rods. So I immediately called them up, got in touch with them, and you know what? Props to Tackle Warehouse, because they actually identified the issue immediately, and they were already in the process and had already rectified the issue even before I had contacted them. So I have to give a big hat tip to those gentlemen and women over there who work over there at Tackle Warehouse in the customer service department for actually catching that. They had already refunded the money. It was taking several days for it to come back to me and everything. So, but everything got squared away. No issues. Everything's okay. So I'm thoroughly impressed with their customer service and just how on top they are, and the fact that they were able to identify the mistake. They realized they had made a mistake, and they were in the process of rectifying it and did rectify it pretty much immediately. It was just going to take a couple days for it to process and reflect on my account. So basically, what I honestly think happened is I had placed the order, and because it was the Black Friday sale, their system got overloaded. They were trying to process everything, and only a partial of my order had actually gone through. So they went ahead and processed that amount, and then the rest of my order went through. And in the process of the rest of the order going through, they had double charged me because for the rods. So that concerns me a little bit, just because of the fact that I'm not so much nervous about the rods. I'm more concerned about to make sure I got everything I got in here. Now, like I said, I had initially set myself a budget. I had a couple unexpected expenses that I had to take care of with my car and everything. So, things like this happen. It's not that big of a deal. But because of that, it basically boiled down to me not, I stayed within budget, but I basically had to readjust what my budget was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this down, quite possibly into 2 separate videos, just so I can get through this a little bit quicker. I'm going to try to keep this under about 15 to 20 minutes at the absolute most. And right now, I'm almost 8 minutes into it, so I do apologize. But we're going to go ahead and get into this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get into the rods first. I was planning on picking up, there should be I don't know, there's either going to be 3 or 4 rods in here. So, but we're going to get into this real quick. So bear with me. It's real hard to do this with just one hand, so if I can find my pocket knife real quick, it would be great. It would be great. So you know what? You're just gonna have to hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that, but I was having a little bit difficult time trying to get the rods out of the box here. Oh boy, this is gonna be tough. My gosh, they do Tackle Warehouse does such a fantastic job at actually getting all these packaged up. Let's see here. You see right here, hope I can get this thing to focus real quick. Dobyns Champion flipping rod, 7.6 flipping rod, the 7.66 model. All of these rods are Dobyns rods, but man alive, this is going to be so difficult to try to get all this through. Alright, hold on. I'm going to have to stop this video real quick so I can get all these rods out and just go ahead and go through them all. Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. I know it took a couple of minutes, but what I've got here is I went ahead. I was torn really between getting the standard Champion model, the Champion XP model right here, and the Champion Extreme model. But honestly, I couldn't justify the extra cost just mainly because of the fact that, like I said, I had a couple unexpected expenses that I had earlier in the year, and right before I had made this purchase. So it's okay. What I'm going to say is that I've never, when it comes to fishing rods, I've never spent anything more than probably maybe $120, $150 for a rod. So this is the first time I've ever actually invested in a decent higher end rod. So, but anyway, let's see here what I have. I know it's upside down, but Dobyns Champion 733 full handle, cork full handle, 7'3", medium heavy, fast action. And you can see what I love about this is they actually put down exactly what these are actually can be used for. So you have like Senkos, flukes, spooks, spinner baits, horny toads, Texas rigs, basic things like that. So this is basically going to be my multi-purpose rod. I could easily use this for, I could probably use this too for, like chatterbaits and I figure if I could throw it with a spinner bait, it'd probably work fine with chatterbaits and things like that as well. So this is going to be my new multi-purpose rod for Texas rigs and spinner baits, chatterbaits, things like that. I also have this 7'6" crankbait rod. Again, right here it says, you get that thing to focus just a little bit. You have a crankbait, spinnerbait, small swim baits. So I mean, this will work great for spinnerbaits as well. So I'm looking forward. I'm really planning on using this mainly for just like lipless cranks and maybe some smaller square bills and things like that. So, and then I have a flipping stick, 766 flipping stick. The one rod and reel that I really wanted to pick up, I really wanted to get a frog rod, dedicated frog rod. But again, like I mentioned before, I had a couple unexpected expenses throughout a couple months ago that I had to get taken care of. So it kind of, I was out one rod and one reel and a few other lures and stuff like that I was planning on getting. So, it's just one of those deals, I have to take care of it. But I'm impressed with it. These things are ridiculously light. And I think it's going to work out great. So I'm going to give these things a shot for, hopefully a few years. And then maybe, I figured if I do upgrade after a few years, maybe sell these or whatever, and then upgrade to the next, to another higher end rod after the fact. But I think these are going to work out fantastic for a while. I've already looked over the guides and everything. All the guides and all the eyelets and everything like that are all just spot on, super light. Even though the cork's still wrapped up in this film, cork looks great. Don't see any major cracks or anything like that in there. So I'm impressed. So I think it's going to work out fairly good, or fairly well. I apologize for the wrong terminology there, but I think it's going to work out. I think it's going to work out okay. So let me move these to the side real quick, and hopefully not damage these real quick, because even with the discount, they're still they're not cheap. And here is the big box. So I'm about 15 minutes into this, 14, 15 minutes into this, but I'm going to try to get into this real quick. Now this right here is what I'm really concerned about, just because I'm concerned that there might be a few items that may have been back ordered. I don't know. I'll have to look. Let's see here. There is one item on here. There's one item on here that's back ordered. Let's see if I can't focus in on this. Yeah, there's one. I have one item back. I can't focus in on this, but anyway, I have one Chartreuse Colorado Willow blade, right there in the 3/8 ounce silver and gold. That was out of stock. It was in stock when I ordered it. It wasn't stock when I ordered it, and then I guess when it got shipped out, it just wasn't. So, Tackle Warehouse shirt. Look at all this damn paper. Let's see here. Strike King spinner baits. I have several of these. I think these are the pro model, premier model. So, Tackle Warehouse sticker. All right, you know what? I'm gonna get all this out really quick. So hold on one sec. Let's get. All this out real quick. All right, so Plano Pro Latch 2XL open compartment stowaway. These things are fantastic for storing and organizing your soft plastics and pretty much anything you want. They stack great. They don't take up too much room. I already have 2 of these. I picked these up these 2 of these last year during the Black Friday sale. I love these. For storing and organizing your soft plastics. They're awesome. I would love for them to make another size, make this exact same size and actually make it so it's waterproof, but what are you going to do? All right, so this is somewhat of a gimmicky thing, I guess you could think of it, but it's the line bag from Bass Mafia. You know, I wanted something that I can organize my all my line in and stuff, so I decided to go with this. Let's see here. Oops. Look at this. 60-inch retractable ruler from Rapala. I'm constantly calling this Rapala. It's an old force of habit. That's what I've always called it back when I was a kid. And I know it's pronounced Rapala, but sometimes I just keep on, sometimes it slips up and I call it Rapala. So you see the way the design of that is, it actually will lie flat. So you can actually measure your catch and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Let's see here. Picked up some U40 cork seal. Some Seaguar Tatsu 15-pound test. There's one box right there. There's another box right there, 15-pound test. And let's see, we have some spinner baits, all 3/8 ounce, I believe. Premier Plus Strike King spinner bait. This one is, oh geez, I don't even know what the color is on this. Oh well, I think it looks like it's green pumpkin or something like that. I don't even know. But I have several of those. There's a white and chartreuse one. There's a, I believe that's Fire Tiger right. Oops, I believe that's Fire Tiger right there. There's another chartreuse and white. There's a sexy shad or shad pattern. There's another shad pattern right there. Another shad pattern. And another bluegill shad type pattern right there. So, pompadours. These are the Pompadour Juniors. I couldn't justify getting the larger one. I figured that this one right here would be a decent size. So I don't have any experience with these, but I have seen I've seen some sick blow-ups on these damn things. So I picked up several of these as well. I think I have like 2 or 3 of these, maybe 4. I don't know. So 1, 2. There's another one. I picked up some pliers. Let's see here, just some retractable line scissors. There's another Pompadour right there, Pompadour Junior. We have another spinnerbait right there. And we have one more spinnerbait. So, now as far as, some of you have probably already seen these. Probably got a glimpse of them out of the corner. But as far as the reels go, I went ahead and went with the Shimano Corrado DC 151. The 151 model is left-hand retrieve. To me, it's just easier to cast from my right hand and reel with my left hand. It's just more natural to me because I'm so used to fishing with a spinning reel setup. So, but I don't have any experience. I've never fished a Shimano reel in my life. But I figured, you know what, if I was going to go ahead and do it, I might as well go ahead and do it big. So I'm real intrigued, real interested in using this. I went ahead and bought 3 of them. And I can't remember. I think I got 2 of them in the, I don't remember. I think it's a 6 to, this one right here is a 6-2 to 1 gear ratio. Right here. And this one right here is a 8.5 to 1 gear ratio right here. So this one right here, I believe is this is the 151 XG. So, oh, focus you. I'm having a hard time getting this to focus. I apologize. There you go. So, I'm going to open up this last one just so you can get a look at it. I know everyone's already seen these, but, you know, just showing the boxes and stuff isn't going to be all that great. So, there's the 151. I think this is. I think this is the 6.3 to 1 gear ratio. I think 6.2 to 1 gear ratio. I apologize. 6.2 to 1 gear ratio. So, but real quick, let's move that box out of the way real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and get this open real quick. There we go. Again, I've always been primarily a lose guy. I've never in my entire life have ever had any experience using Shimano reels of any kind. The instructions, please adjust the cast control knob. So I need to make sure I get this completely set up the right way and make sure you follow the instructions and everything as far as setting this up. Because I have heard that if you don't do this the right way, it can screw it up. I don't know, and I don't know. Again, I'm gonna do what I can do. So it's nice they threw in some oil in there. All right, let's see here. Bubble wrap packaging. And there it is. So I think this is going to work out pretty decent. You know, I'm excited about it. It looks good. Weight-wise, it's definitely a little bit on the heavier side than what I'm used to. But again, I think it's just because of the that microcomputer that's in there. So, but that's it. Again, you know, I was planning on picking up one more rod and reel combination and a few other things, but like I said, I had a few unexpected expenses that came up that I had to take care of. So right now it looks like a complete disaster right now, and I do apologize. But you know what? You got a chance to see everything that I ordered, and you know what? I hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving and happy holiday, safe holiday. You know, take care. I hope everyone has a fantastic Christmas and/or holidays. So take care, everyone.